stayed in the Hotel Maria last night, and there are 2 full bus loads this morning going to Canyon Atuel. Very nice new bus. This is the main intersection, Bartolom Mitri at this end, and I think ironically it's the San Martin on the other end, but this cross street is also Libador San Martin. The first long distance view of the Andes with snow. In the foreground, olive trees. Monaco looking at us.
Se trata la vista que tenemos.
The direction that the priest is looking is to San Rafael, which is off there in the distance that we've just come from. A little small herd of guanacos up on top of the mountain there. It's kind of fun to see them silhouetted. This is one of the frequent hillsides of little shrines people have created, and while it might look like a illegal immigrant entry point from Mexico into Arizona, these water bottles, I believe, are an offering to whatever it is that the shrine is to, but it would perhaps have something to do with the need for water in this area, the fear of drought, because these bottles are all filled with water except for those that have leaked out over time. And there are other kinds of offerings in here that I don't know about. Some of them are crude, some of them are metal, some of them stand alone and are built into isolated little spots. Whether they are visited on a continuing basis or not, I don't know. Well, it's an absolutely gorgeous, what I would call an early fall day in Jackson. These are our buses for the day, with the just perfect weather, just right for a light jacket. Part of the endless parade of the leaf-eating ants. One form or another, you see all over well, I was going to say all over the world. I've seen them in many places, but not all over the world, not in the United States. Maybe down in Florida in that area. And a heavy piece of equipment that probably in a ratio of size or weight can't match the ants we just looked at. Probably used for the oil industry out here. I think this is the same route. This is a large lake, but a beautiful lake, beautiful looking water. Spectacular long distance background vistas, including, as you'll see in a few moments, the Andes way in the distance. A weekend retreat, perhaps for San Rafael for sure. but a fishing lake. Nicely landscaped. This is the restaurant, bar, and I think a tienda, store up here. Mendoza, including this area in San Rafael, Mendoza Province, are known for not only its wines and other things like that, but also its sports, rafting, kayaking, mountain biking. And they have a pentathlon here that's a big deal, kind of like our big deal in Jackson Hole in the spring. Paulo, our guide, said that the area, this lake is used not so much by tourists from out of the country or even out of the province, but principally as weekend place for people in San Rafael and so forth. There's more out kayaking than I thought. If I understood Paulo's explanation to me personally in Spanish, this is a high mountain lake. I think it was 9,600 something or others. Whether it was meters or feet, I don't know. And I haven't the logic to figure it out right now. The iconic. The feel that you have here is that it's not overrun by people, locals or tourists. We're probably the greatest short-term impact, but otherwise it's just nothing happening now. Maybe because it is like fall that people aren't coming now, kind of like our Septembers, I guess.
Con el fin de generar energía, sino el de almacenar.
Don't know what this is. It might be a winery. This is an electrical station of some sort.
Nace el proyecto llamado Los Neuquén. Era un proyecto que consistía en la construcción de 3 centrales hidroeléctricas que después las vamos a ver nosotros. Así que, si bien aquí no hay central, la primera central está 6 kilómetros más abajo.
This dam is important for 2 obvious reasons. One, it creates the lake, or at least magnifies it substantially. The other is that underneath us here somewhere runs a huge tube of water that goes downstream some kilometers and turns turbines in their electrical system and provides electricity for this either this part or a major part of Mendoza. So it's critically important. It was built apparently in 1942. This is a wild animal, completely unused to human beings, as you can see. Unlike the dogs here, is wild and nasty and mean, as you can see here. It's good that children and all people get close to animals. It shows that we're human. We appreciate things like that. Creates appreciation for animals. Okay, this is an explanation in Spanish, but it's pretty obvious. The dam, of course, to the right. It must be what dique means. Dique. Nihil. Showing the tunnels at the top. This is a llama, no es guanaco. Old Ford Falcon, and I saw a real old Dodge truck. It says a lot for Dodge, and I think that's a Jeep. Over there There may be a Ford in the background, don't know. For dinner or for lunch is you can order many different kinds of things. 2 kinds of sausage, mignon, pollo, beef.
Ternera.
¿Ah?
Ternera.
Tener. Es mucho bueno. And this is called, if I pronounce it right, paradisia. Pronunciación esta paradisia.
¿Cómo se llama?
Ah, bueno, ¿cómo se llama?
¿Se llama qué?
Usted.
Yo, Débora.
¿Qué?
Débora.
¿Tébula? ¿Tébula? Ah, gracias. Mi nombre es Scott.
Ah,
Sí, mucho gusto.
el gusto es mío.
There's a close-up view of what's on it. I don't know what this mignon is. It looks like brains to me, or kidney, or something like that. And it's interesting, he runs a wood fire off to the right. And then when he needs coals, he just moves them over there to cook the meat. This little town has enough panache to have street signs. Dogs are unimpressed by people. They're very relaxed. Don't know if this is a home or apartment unit or some kind of community use building. The now ubiquitous satellite. People all over the world can be connected. Once the satellite works for computers, it'll be incredible. This is a very small community, as you can see. The perimeter is close. Well, here's a family having an oven outside. Asada, or padilla, is very important for the Argentinian. They have a lot of beef. Swimming pool respite from the summer heat. And this is an oven for cooking bread and maybe for carne, I'm not sure. See it made out of cement block and then cemento. Muchas gracias, señor. Here we go by another house that has their oven there. Nice little backyard court area for this home, or a couple of homes, I'm not sure which. This is the restaurant I was in. Very nice restaurant. This chicken was absolutely excellent. Game of soccer. The international sport. Although the soil here seems very barren because it's very sandy and fairly good sized chunks, as you can see. But yet the trees grow, the popular. I'm guessing because it's a tall, thin tree that its roots go deep to gather whatever water it can. But it also looks like the water channel here is right alongside the trees on purpose. And it may be the case over there too. This looks like a Jeep. I think a Bafano is a buffalo. This is a man who makes his little beadwork and rope work and sells it here. Very pretty. And this is the Máquina para de hecho. No, I'm just talking to myself. Video.
Acá sí, están alto. La más fácil.
Puro yo.
No bien en castellano usted.
Sí, yo soy no soy nativa, pero soy local.
Ah, local. ¿Pero su marido?
No, mi hermano.
Ah, su hermano. No, porque habla mucho.
Sí, hablamos en nuestro idioma.
So it's a series of knots that he creates, and then at intervals he'll put what look like seeds from trees of some sort.
Ella conoce todo.
Here he has other kinds of specialty beads.
Este porteño no se lo recomiendo.
Yo soy de Ramos.
And these, I don't know if those are shells or leaves. And that one looks like it's a shell or leaf that's been lacquered. Another interesting bead. Don't know what this giant wood pile is for. I'm thinking it's popular, but I don't know. This pile reserved for the big stuff. Looks like a combination of new construction on the left side. Notice the light punched through the wall, the wiring, and run up the side of the building. And then old construction, probably the replacement of either a fireplace. I would guess a fireplace stuck in there.
De la muerte, la palabra Atuel. Con una gran característica, ¿qué es lo que es un cañón? El comportamiento de las placas debajo de nuestros pies. Estos viejos aparatos que trabajaban como, ¿recuerdan? Bueno, los electrocardiogramas, dejando impactado en un papel las fluctuaciones, los movimientos del terreno, y luego había que venir hasta allí.
No se vayan todos al costado, que van todos abajo. Estamos bien al borde. Nosotros le llamamos los elefantes. Semejante a un elefante más grande con otros más pequeños.
I think this is referred to as the elefante. Dark black cloth.
También ahí está solita. Bueno, ahora van a ver ustedes sobre nuestra izquierda la primera de las centrales que inaugurara el gobierno a través de agua y energía eléctrica en el año 1952, ubicada a poco más de 1050 metros de altura con respecto al mar, la central Neuquén 1.
This is, to say the least, a very modern facility. And underneath the road is where the water apparently tracks. I don't know if that's true or not. That depends on whether I understood him correctly. Creates a beautiful water refuge, but I don't think for anything other than birds. Although it does look like there's a camping area down there.
Es la profundidad que está inundada del otro lado.
Now, an American environmentalist might look at this today and say, what an unfortunate thing to take this canyon. But in this country, in this economy, it's exactly where we were 100 years ago, 80 years ago, when the country's economy depends upon this kind of use of resource. It's just a side canyon coming in.
Desde acá hasta abajo, la altura que hay hasta el agua, 45 metros. Son exactos, no hay más o menos.
It's very similar to a flower in the southwest that I've seen. Particularly if you can notice this star flower down at the bottom here. Yeah. It's like a black bumblebee. Here's another pretty flower. Don't know what it is, but it looks vaguely familiar.
Ahí va, mira el tiro mío. Así le dije que le iba a explicar un fenómeno de formación de roca que se denomina Fíjense las rayas de la montaña, ¿cómo son? Acá tenemos otra formación a mano derecha allá arriba, contrasta con el cielo, el monje le llamamos. En esta central que tiene o que aloja en su interior a 6 turbogeneradores, 6 turbinas que le aportan 130.
Lomo de burro is the same as a topo in Mexico. Speed bumps anywhere in the States. One of the turbine wheels. When we went by those grates, even in the bus you could feel a tremendous rush of heat from the spinning of the turbines, I assume. And this taking off the power to various parts in Mendoza County or province. That's the system of rock fences from the very top all the way down to protect the building. Number 3. Don't know if that green in there is a hint of copper or not. This is Velo from Sweden, and his sister is to my right, right in front of me, and she is from Estonia, which is where Velo originally was from. His sister left Europe, left Estonia to avoid the Second World War, and I think it was the Second World War, either that or the communists. They don't look old enough for the Second World War, but and Velo she went to Buenos Aires, and Velo went to Sweden. He's visiting her from Sweden now. So now I start a cruise on this man-made lake in this catamaran to go see the sand dunes across the lake. Arena. I guess it's included in the trip. My guess is that the sand came from behind the mountain, blown by the wind, because that's the direction it's blowing now. Plus, if it were anything else, the sand would all be buried on the bottom of the lake.
Aquello que se ve ahí atrás es un tapón, o sea, eso, claro, tanta acumulación, ahí la profundidad igual no supera el metro. Ese tapón se ve 1,5 metros de alto, toda la granito, y es muy unida, o sea, no tenés prácticamente desprendimiento.
I am curious why this sand fills in here, but did not fill into that canyon or any of the rock up above. of the wind or whatever, I don't know. It may be that on that hillside there are pockets of sand with vegetation over it, like up there in the upper left-hand corner there. This whole part of the canyon from here on up a couple, 3 miles is all touristy and kind of fun for these folks. It's not an outrageous river, but there's lots of ripples in it. It makes it fun for they're coming down and it looks like tubes, more sophisticated tubes, but you can also come down in those good-sized rafts. And there are cabanas to rent, which look like they're pretty nice, and a pretty substantial campground. So it's really a neat area for this area of Mendoza, and presumably there are several areas like this. Apparently they have 15-seaters and 20-seaters. Last boat got caught on the outside of the turn on the left there. Now this boat's going inside, they'll be fine. This is sure a tough looking vehicle. Don't know who makes it. Love the turn down the top. Looks like military for sure. Can't see a name on it. Okay, we're now at the Museum of Wine, but it's actually a finca, so it does more than just raise animals. Over here it's raising pigs. I think those are chickens over there and pigs in here. And then these racks hold plums that are drying, perhaps for plum wine or something, I don't know. And then there are orchards here of green and reddish apples of some sort, and there was another orchard of pears. I don't know if the poplar trees are for wood or for windbreak or what. And there's more orchards here. More orchards back over there. Nice big buildings for doing something. Some building over there is kicking out smoke or steam. Roosters and ducks or geese. My favorite fruit, dried. Oh, those are dried pears.
Lo bueno de esto, como les decía,
this is a family. These are dried even more. These are the prunes then that come from the plums. Some kind of an old either water pump or juice pump. And an old wagon. They still pull these with horses. In town occasionally you see them. I bought some almonds and some dried peaches. This is apparently a relatively small family operation, but a pretty layout and a very imaginative and productive way for the family to use the resource. This is a grab bag of prize, where he reaches in a bag and gives out prizes. I got the first prize, which is fun. I don't know what it is yet.
casino cabe rescatar con una consumición, o sea, porque de entrada y salir no te cobran nada, pero tiene una consumición, una copa de vino, champaña o algo. Para el primero que subió, para Carla Pozo. Carla, muy bien, chicas. Para los dos. Está la entrada para el casino. Para esta noche ustedes que estaban preguntando se van a
new bus terminal about 3.5 kilometers outside of Neuquén. Apparently the first one we stopped at was the old one, but looked kind of new.